the success of Blood Feast, we immediately said to each other, what if we made one that had some genuine quality to it? And that became 2000 Maniacs. And I know, as you know, 2000 Maniacs to this day is my personal favorite of all the movies I've made, even though Connie Mason is in it. We reached the point where we were giving her lines to other people to say. But she was, what's the adjective? Decorative. And that helped to some extent. And we used her for exploitation. Starring Playmate of the Year, Connie Mason. Okay, fine. 2000 Maniacs is a story of a town 100 years later that gets even for the Civil War. And so they waylay 100 years later this town which has been wiped out. It comes back to life. So as you see, it's a fairy tale. I didn't want this to be founded in reality. For a period of 6 months. And they would own this print in any of their theaters they wanted to show it for 6 months for a flat amount of money. In keeping with good distribution practices, I said, yeah. And in fact, for my movies, the country in which I had the most competitive success was Japan. Now figure that one out. I don't care to figure it out. You see, I don't analyze the why. I analyze the what. Having a flare-up. I've got to make a movie. So this fellow put together a deal to make Blood Feast 2 and literally hired me to direct the action. So there's a positive and a negative. The positive was I had a wonderful time. I have never worked so little in my life. But like to watch my movies, yes, with the same attitude I like to watch the monkeys at the zoo. I look at these really with the realization of two things. One, if I had it to do all over again, would I have made the same movie? And that is an impossible question to answer, because luckily for me, my economic circumstances are considerably stronger now than they were when I made those movies. So I can't say I would have spent more money to make that movie. I probably wouldn't have. And I look at these movies and I say, did I do that? I can't believe I did that. But you see, by this time they have passed into history. And at some event or another, to my total surprise, here were a bunch of members of the Fourth Estate, the press, and they voted, and I cringed, they voted which is your favorite movie that Mr. Lewis has made. And the one they wound up with as their favorite was one called The Gruesome Twosome, which was not one I would call my favorite of the movies I have made. In fact, it was a problem picture because it ran short, and we had to put junk in there to flesh it out. On occasion, especially at events such as this, I will look at these movies and say they still exist. And that, to me, is very gratifying, because I see major company movies that run for 5-6 weeks, and then they're on DVD, and 6 months later, gone forever. These movies have lasted. In the United States, there's a cable channel called Turner Classic Movies. Now, one thing I would not call my movies are classics. But on Halloween night, starting at midnight, they showed Blood Feast and 2000 Maniacs on Turner Classic Movies. So I had to stay up to watch those. So yes, I have seen my movies again and again.